Regarding the Department of Justice investigation, would you agree that within the time span where you were chief at Louisville Metro Police, LMPD used excessive force, including unjustified neck restraints and unreasonable use of police dogs and tasers?
Objection to form. You can answer if you know.
I'm sure that there were times when that occurred.
Would you agree that LMPD conducted search warrants based on invalid warrants?
Objection to form. You can answer if you know.
I don't know, but if it's in there, I assume it happened.
Would you agree that LMPD unlawfully executed search warrants without knocking and announcing?
Objection to form. You can answer if you know.
I'm sure there were situations where that occurred, yes.
Would you agree that LMPD unlawfully stopped, searched, detained, and arrested people during street enforcement activities, including traffic and pedestrian stops?
Objection to form. You can answer if you know.
I'm sure that occurred on some occasions.
Would you agree that LMPD unlawfully discriminated against black people in its enforcement activities?
Objection to form. You can answer if you know.
I'm sure that happened in certain cases in individual circumstances, yes.
Would you agree that LMPD violated the rights of people engaged in protected speech critical of policing?
Objection to form. You can answer if you know.
It would not surprise me if that occurred.
Did you know of specific incidents of that occurring?
I do not.
Would you agree that Louisville Metro and LMPD discriminated against people with behavioral health disabilities when responding to them in crisis?
Objection to form. You can answer if you know.
I'm sure there were situations where that occurred.
Would you agree that the failures in leadership and accountability have allowed unlawful conduct to continue unchecked at LMPD?
Objection to form. You can answer.
That could have occurred.
The mayor appoints the LMPD chief, correct?
Correct.
You were the chief from 2012 to 2020.
Correct.
Would you agree that Louisville Metro and LMPD engaged in a pattern or practice of conduct that derived people of their rights under the Constitution and federal law?
Objection to form. You can answer if you can.
I don't know that, but it's, again, in the report, and I don't think the Department of Justice would have included it if they did not have sufficient evidence to make that statement.
Okay. Is that, this may cut off all of the rest of the questioning regarding to the report. Would you defer to the report for their findings and for the specific instances of conduct that they found?
Objection to form. You can answer.
Yes, sir. The Department of Justice knows what they're doing, and I don't doubt their findings.
Okay.